Hey everyone, I am Jessica from Willow Vines Intuitive Vibes, and I'm here to do a collective message. So like the videos, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to join the tribe. So the energy that I'm feeling as I'm sitting down and doing this was, I feel like I'm going back in time. So some of you might be going over things, memories could be popping up, almost like retrograde type energy. And if it's not you, it could be someone tied to you who's doing something like that. And I'm only saying that someone might be thinking that way because in order for us to kind of backtrack or re-enter someone's life, we have to do the reminiscent shit, you know what I mean? So I kind of feel like I'm going back in time. I just heard I'm going back in time to set the record straight. So someone might want to backtrack to set the record straight. And it could be within a family situation, happiness in our hearts and homes, or it's just to provide a level of closure or happiness within somebody. Like, okay, things are different now. I'm a completely different person than I was then, and I kind of want to fix whatever. Or I don't know. I don't know if it has anything to do with fixing anything. It's just I feel like I'm going back in time. So we're in the time machine right now, apparently. So let's kind of see what's going on here. What are we going back in time to do? What's this about? So let's see. Let's see, energy for the collective. I just heard don't second guess yourself. So if there's something that you feel very strongly about, like you feel very strongly to talk to somebody, to do something, to take action on whatever, don't second guess yourself, especially if it feels good to you. If you are hesitant, that's different. It's not necessarily fear-based, but it can be. This feels like you'd be ready for whatever this is. Like you would be ready, willing, and wanting to do it. There could be a level of fear where it's like, is this right for me? The second guessing energy versus, I don't know if I can. Not that. It would be more along the lines of, is now the right time? Like that kind of energy. So it's not, I don't know, it doesn't feel scary. Actually, this energy doesn't feel bad. So backtracking isn't really bad in this energy. Sometimes we have to do that, we got to reflect every now and again. So we have the witch. The earthly weaver of the world is backtracking. Or someone tied to that person is. This, to me, feels like manifestation, making things happen. So there could be something from your past that you wanted to happen and it didn't because it wasn't the right time. So this feels like a, I don't want to say outdated manifestation, but it feels like something that you manifested for yourself in the past is kind of coming in now. So that's kind of why it feels like we're in the time machine. So someone could be coming back around or an opportunity, because this really feels like I'm making this happen for myself. And it feels good. It doesn't feel like, oh, I created this shit show. Not that. And that could have happened in the past. But regardless, this feels like this is what I want. This is who, not even who I want. This is what I want. I'm just going to leave it at that. Whether we're talking about love, career, life, whatever. Family, doesn't matter. This is what I want. This is what I'm manifesting. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. I'm not powerful enough to make this shit happen. And then you are. Because now you're ready. Now is the time for this. Sometimes we don't always realize why the things that we want and we feel we deserve, like why we don't get them. And sometimes it has nothing to do with us, especially if other people are involved. It could be because of the other people. They weren't ready. They needed to see, they needed to grow, they needed whatever they needed in order for this to happen, especially if other people are involved. We're traveling back in time, so let's see. Sorry, I burped again. It is what it is. It is what it is. That was deep, just saying. that came from the depths. We're going in the past. It's like dredging something up, like something. I don't know, because I kind of feel like, I'm sorry with a burp, if I'm going to use that as the analogy, like coming from deep within. If we're dredging something up, it was accidental. It wasn't intentional. So you could have dredged something up within another person or in this situation, and that's why the past is kind of coming into you today. It still doesn't feel bad, though. It's almost like it was meant to happen this way. Whatever we're talking about. A time for spirit. Yeah, somebody needed to reflect, for one, and calm amid chaos. I kind of feel like whoever I'm talking to or about, you have stayed calm even in touchy situations, difficult situations. Like, you basically namaste'd your way through things. I'm not saying you're always perfect and you've never like freaked out or lashed out or anything like that. We're human, it happens. But overall, I feel like whatever this situation is that Spirit's bringing up, I feel like you handled it very well. You stayed calm when everyone else wasn't. You know what's reminding me of? This is a good analogy. Even if this isn't the case, it isn't. It's just a good analogy. Like they say with like firefighters and stuff, or just public safety. But I'm going to use a firefighter as an example. That saying, when everyone's running out of the building, the burning building, the firefighters are going in to make sure there's no casualties, to put the fire out. You know what I mean? Like they're going against against instinct, going against what everyone else is doing. So I feel like in this situation, you didn't follow. You're a leader. You took the lead even though no one was following you, because that firefighter, the only people that follow the firefighter are other firefighters. You know what I mean? So it's like finding your tribe. But regardless of the tribe and other people, it's making me think of you knew that there was something you needed to do. You knew what direction you needed to go in, even if you didn't know why, even if you didn't know what you were looking for. Because if you think of the firefighter analogy, they don't always know if there's casualties in there. They don't know if there's people in there. They don't always know what they're walking into. How bad is this fire? Will this floor support my weight? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's uncharted territory. That's what makes it so fucking dangerous. Just saying. Everyone's running away from it because they know it's dangerous. They don't want to dabble in it. They don't want to deal with it. But you're the firefighter. You're the one going, I might be scared. This isn't exactly the best situation, but I know what I need to do because I have a job. I have a purpose. I guess that's what I'm getting at with this analogy. You have a job. You have a purpose. Some of you could have spiritual gifts, and that is terrifying to other people because they're left in the dark. They don't understand where the information comes from. They don't understand how shit works because they're not there. They're not in that place. And I'm not saying that you having spiritual gifts and abilities makes you special, because it doesn't. Everybody does. Everybody has that capability if they choose to wake up to it. I just love pointing that out because these things are within us all, and they wake up when we're ready. Some people just are never ready. It just depends on their journey. And those are the ones that run away. Those are the ones that run away. But in this energy, I kind of feel like there's someone who ran away from the burning building as you were running towards it. Looking back going, are you fucking nuts? Like, why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you saying what you're saying? What I just don't understand this. It doesn't make fucking sense to me. Like, whatever messages you're getting, whatever's going on for you, you're weird, you're awkward. This is not normal. But I kind of feel like they're coming around to, okay, the conclusion of the fire. You know what I mean? Like, where the fire's been put out and the situation's been resolved, we'll just say that with the analogy, with the firefighter analogy. And then those people that ran away scared go, oh my God, thank you so much for your help. Like, what you do is amazing. Oh my God, I see why you did what you did, because you saved that dog. You saved that baby. You saved that elderly person. You saved whoever the hell you did. You know what I mean? Like, um, even if we're not talking in a literal sense, it's the same. I guess I'm trying to dumb spirituality down or spiritual gifts down to someone in that sense. You know, a lot of people think people who run into a burning building or into chaos are crazy. Like, what are you thinking? I could never do that kind of thing. That's someone's looking at you that way, but they're also seeing the aftermath, like the conclusion of something, going, oh, I didn't see it that way. Like, I'm so glad you were there for that. That kind of thing. Because you stayed calm during a very stressful time. Even if you didn't always. In this energy, I'm feeling someone seeing that. Like, whatever the situation is, someone could have blown it way out of proportion. Maybe you would have in the past, or this person would have, or many people would have, and you didn't. You were like, yeah, I see the chop. My boat might fucking capsize. Like, I don't even know what's going on here, but I'm going to do the best I can because I'm going to keep us afloat. You did. You manned the ship properly. Your ship properly, is what I want to say. You handled your shit. And someone, I just feel like they're looking at you like in awe in a different way. In a different way. Yeah, somebody's viewing your life, your decisions, your choices, whatever, in a different way. So let's see. You're very brave, is what I want to say, because you've done what a lot of people are afraid to do. It's giving me that energy of like when somebody speaks up or stands up to somebody, a bully, whoever, and nobody, because nobody else would have, and then you're just like, you know what, fuck it, and you do. And then people are like, I can't believe you're doing this. I gotta get out of here. Like, I don't want to be part of this chaos. But they're watching on the sidelines and they're going, wow, you handled that perfectly. Nothing bad happened. Maybe I should have done that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of reflection here. You know what it's reminding me of? Like, just as an example, this energy. And I'm just trying to put it into perspective. It could be any situation. It's like when I was in high school, I can tell you when I was a teenager, I was not a strong person. Like, not like I am today. I had a lot of weaknesses for many different reasons that we're not going to dive into today. And I'm not afraid to talk about it, but that's not what this energy is about. I'm just thinking of this one moment where there was this kid that everyone, it seemed like everyone, it wasn't everyone, but it seemed like it, would just pick on this person. And I saw it and I'd be like, and I thought to myself, like, what can I do about it? Like, I'm just not going to be part of the problem. I'm not going to be part of it. I'm just going to sit back on the sidelines, and whatever happens is not my problem. It's not my fault. I'm not going to deal with this. That's what someone was doing. I'm just saying, especially if something was happening to you, they might be regretting the fact that they did that. That's probably why this is coming up. But regardless, I remember thinking and feeling that way, like, this person isn't my friend. I don't really know them. I feel bad that this is happening to them, but what can I do? And then it happened one too many times, and I just remember this one time when it was like the final time when someone pulled a chair out from under him. They'd done a lot worse than that, just saying. Like, I'm not even gonna get into it. It's horrible. The way that people bullied people, it's sickening in my opinion. But anyways, I finally had enough, and I was like, leave so-and-so alone. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And because I stood up and said that, the people who were being mean just were like, what? They look shocked that someone even cared about this person. And I was like, leave them alone. They're with me, go away. And I wasn't like popular or anything. At least I didn't think I was. And I just had enough. It was fucking mean. And that person kind of latched on to me, and it was a little bit annoying. I'm not gonna lie about that, but it stopped. It stopped because I was like, fuck you, I've had enough. This is stupid. And because those people knew that this person had someone to back them up, they left them alone. And I was just like, good. That person didn't deserve any of that, you know? Like, the fuck did they do? They were born. Leave them alone. They're different. Whoopty fuck. You know, like, oh, I hate bullies. I hate them so much. But that's kind of what I'm feeling here is whether this was you or somebody else in the situation, there's someone on the sidelines. It always goes back to the beginning energy. There was someone on the sidelines who was just sitting back and allowing bullshit to happen, allowing something to happen. I kind of feel like we're going to go back in time. And I'm not going to let this happen. I don't want this to happen. I'm not going to allow it to continue on. So someone's reflecting over the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Like, I could have stepped in. I could have said something. I could have done something. But I didn't. And they're feeling bad about it. I don't really feel like it's the viewer. I mean, for some of you, it could be that way. But I kind of feel like no matter what bullshit was sent your way, you just stayed calm, cool, and collected. It's like you took it. You took it like a fucking champ. You just dealt with it when you didn't have to. No matter who this is from, a ball could be significant. Like, play pass, a ball, balls. Someone didn't have the balls to stand up for you, to stand up for what they believe in, for whatever reason. That can happen in relationships when one partner disagrees, so they shut down the other partner, and that partner shuts down because they don't want to piss off who they're with. So it's like, I don't know what to do here. I don't want my life to suck because I'm standing up for you, so I'm just gonna look the other way. Someone could have done that in this situation and they're regretting it because they were wrong and they know it. I know my worth and I make sure to add tax. Kindness is badass. Share it generously with your tribe. Share it generously with people you don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's why that bully example came up. Because that person wasn't part of my tribe. I didn't even have a fucking tribe back then. I was a loner big time, all throughout high school. I mean, I had friends, but I was never part of the cliques or none of that shit. I got to the point where it was like, this goes against what I believe. Fuck you, you know? And sometimes that's what it takes in certain situations. Like, you know, if there are situations that don't affect our lives, we're more apt to stand up for those people or in that situation because it doesn't affect us directly. But if it could affect our lives, like, okay, in high school, like high school me doing that, I could have became the victim. They could have been like, oh, you're just like so-and-so. We're going to pick on you too and make your life hell. But I took that risk. Usually bullies don't pick on people who take a stand. Just saying 90% of the time they don't. But that's not always the case, you know. That was a risk I had to take. And I was willing to take it because I was fed up because I did not agree with what was happening. I feel that energy in here currently for someone going, I have to take a stand. Like, what was I thinking? Why didn't I do this sooner? Like, it's not just why didn't I see this sooner, it's why didn't I do this sooner, is what I want to say for someone. Yeah, someone's reflecting big time. I just saw Polaroid, which is what that card represents. Well, and with the witch card, if you think about it, witches were persecuted. Um, they kind of still are, if you think about it. Not to the extent that they were throughout history, but in different places, different countries, they still are to this day. But just the word, if you identify that way, if you dress in that fashion, if you show off your metaphysical stuff, occult things, whatever, there's a certain group that will be like, "Hey, that's awesome. I totally get it," because they're part of your tribe basically, they're vibing with you. But there are a lot of people that don't vibe in that energy. So they're like, "That's bad." I don't care if they're religious or not. It's just like, "Oh, that's bad. That like you're weird. You're different." It's like LGBTQ plus. That's how I'm gonna leave it because I don't know the whole abbreviation in that community. That's how people view a lot of them. Like not everyone, but certain groups of people. And it's almost like you don't have to understand why someone is the way they are. You don't have to like them. You don't have to be friends with them. Just be respectful. But I feel that outcast energy in here. I guess that's why I'm using those examples. So there's someone here that judged way too quickly and they feel bad about it. Like, I judged you because you're different. And guess what? You're the good kind of different. I didn't see that at the time. Someone's feeling bad. Yeah, they didn't see it at the time. This wanted to come out sideways. Someone's trying to change their point of view. They're trying to change their mind. This person was stubborn. They were one track mind and you were transparent. So there's one person who's transparent and being authentic and just kind of like, this is me. And someone else was very rigid, closed off and going, I don't like you because you're different from me. You're different from my family, from what I know. Like, what? And they're changing their mind. They're slowly changing their perspective. This person could have been stuck in their ways. There was a change in perspective that was needed. It's happening. It's not fully there yet, but this person's like thinking and reviewing things. They're going back in time and reviewing things. So let's see, what are they reviewing? Not enough. The fact that they thought you weren't good enough. I just want you to know that I love you. There is a level of jealousy in here as well with this person. Sometimes when people don't feel like they're good enough, they can project that onto others. But I kind of feel that in here because I'm feeling that energy of somebody striving for success, like their level of success, or not their level, their idea of success because of what the past instilled in them, their family and whatever, however they were brought up. It's like, this is the way it is. That one track mind energy. They were living their life that way, and you were not. And there's a tinge of jealousy in there because it feels like that I had to do things this way because that's how I was brought up, that's what I was taught, that's what I was told, I was directed this way, and they didn't have enough courage to veer off that path. They kept going, but you had the courage to do so, to not follow that same path, to do something different, to step outside the box. You stepped outside your comfort zone, and there's a tinge of jealousy with this person because they were not capable of doing that. They didn't even think of that as a possibility. So with that jealousy, it irritated them, it frustrated them, and it made you look worthless. When in all actuality, that not good enough energy was their own energy. Because if you felt that you were not good enough, you wouldn't have veered off the path. You wouldn't have tried. You wouldn't have done what you've done. You wouldn't be where you are today if you felt that way. And I'm not saying you've never felt that way. I'm just saying there's a level of courage in order to step outside of the box. And you did that. And it upsets this person. And they're watching. They're watching you. And they're reminiscing. They're thinking about all the crap from the past. In their life, interactions between the two of you, all of it. This person is in reflection mode. Big time. It's like what they thought you were stupid for doing, they wish they could have. This is how I feel with that. Like, you're a badass bitch. Even if you don't feel that way. Because you could just be living life the way you feel you need to. You know what I mean? The Three of Pentacles. This person wants to work with you. They want to work together with you on something. They want you to work with them. That's the 10. Yeah. No. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles. I was going to say 10 of Pentacles. I was thinking money automatically, but this is work. Yeah, this person wants to work with you. They want to collaborate with you. There could have been an opportunity in the past and they blew it off. But regardless of that could have happened for some of you. This person wants to work together with you. Like, they're seeing potential in something that they once didn't. And this energy with working together is reminding me of like for example, there's a million examples like this, but say you have a business idea and nobody wants to sponsor you, nobody wants to back you, you have no backing, you have to do this on your own because everyone's like, that's a stupid idea, that's not gonna take off, no one's gonna like that, no one's gonna be interested, whatever. And then you're like, well, I want to do it, so I'm gonna, fine, fuck it, I'll do it on my own. And maybe it takes you a little bit longer, maybe it's a little bit more difficult, but you make it work, and all of a sudden it's a major success, like investment wise. And this person's going, I should have invested in that. Like, whoops. Because the other thing that's popping in my head, like regardless of what you're working on and things like that, is like Bitcoin. Back when Bitcoin first came out, a lot of people didn't understand it. And when it first came out, I didn't even hear about it, to be honest. So I wasn't one of the ones that could have got in on it because I didn't even know what it was. Never heard of it till after the fact. But anyways, there were some people that were like, that's just fucking stupid. Like, why would you invest in that? And then it blew up. Or back when Google, the internet first came about and Google was a thing, there were some people that invested in it because they were like, yeah, I see this going somewhere. And a lot of people, because of what they were used to, because they were stuck in their ways, they didn't see outside the box. They weren't future thinking, like future forward thinking. They were like, yeah, right. I'm not going to invest in that. And they probably wish they did. You know what I mean? It's something like that. There's an idea you have. There's a path you chose that this person judged you for. And it's actually super beneficial. And they wish that they would have collabed with you. They wish they would have backed you. They wish they would have been there. But they weren't. They're seeing it, though. They're seeing, like, this unfold right in front of their eyes. Like, fuck, I missed. You're my Bitcoin, damn it. Like, you know what I mean? You're my Google. The Emperor could be a father figure or a mature masculine energy. 9 of Pentacles. They thought they had it all. Well, the Emperor is running back. The Emperor is the one who is reflecting and wanting to talk to you about something, wanting to make something right. They thought they had it all. They only had the 9 of Pentacles. They didn't have the 10, which is still a good card, but they thought they had it all, but they didn't. It's funny because the 8 is where he's headed. He or she, the Emperor energy, is headed back towards, I want to work on this. I want to work towards this. I want to be there for you. Like, I support what you're doing. That type of energy. Because this is giving me, okay, the Nine of Pentacles is giving me selfish energy where it's like, I have enough, I don't need this. But they want that extra pentacle. They want the 10. They're going to leave what they have. This person wants to take a chance to go backwards. This is someone you let go of. Yeah, there's someone who wants to leave the status quo or rock the boat, is what I want to say, in order to get the final pentacle. This person wants to take a chance towards you, which is the past. Because I said I feel like I'm going back into the past. We're time traveling here. Give me more on the Emperor, please. Why is this person backtracking? It's funny too, because it almost looks like this person has an army of people coming with him, but these people are terrified. They don't even know what this person's doing. They're just going, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna say? Oh, I need to see this. Like, they're not really backing the Emperor. They're just there to see what's going. They're spectators. Like, oh, I gotta see what's gonna happen when you talk to so and so. Like, I want to see this. It's almost like giving me paparazzi type vibes. Like, oh, I need to know. The nosy people. There's nosy people around this Emperor. Or a nosy person. They're not going to expect the actions of this person. Because this Emperor person is someone that would, that stands strong in their convictions. They are one-track mind. Like, they're stuck in their ways. So they're just rigid moving forward. And then all of a sudden, they're just, like, staying on course like they always do. And all of a sudden, they're like, what? And these people around this person are going to be like, wait, what? Oh, my God. Where are you going? Why are you talking to so-and-so? What is going on here? Why'd you change your mind? This happened out of nowhere. I need to know. I don't know. The actions of this Emperor person is going to shock people. Even if it doesn't shock you, it's going to shock whoever the hell is around them. Yeah, they're going to seize this opportunity. This Emperor sees an opportunity. Look. Jack-o'-lantern, jack-o'-lantern. That's the opportunity. This Emperor sees this opportunity. They're going to seize it. They see it with their eyes, but they're going to seize it. They're going to take it. Like, okay, I see it. I gotta do it. I ain't fucking waiting. Ooh, it could be a love thing for someone. Love comes in many forms. Friends, family, lovers, romantic love, what have you. But I see this opportunity. I feel like I just can't miss this. Bad or dad, someone's father, but bad. Why am I seeing the word bad? Bad. A bad share. Okay. Did somebody share something that somebody perceived as bad? Or bad information? A bad share? Yeah, someone was paying attention to somebody, stalking, watching. A bad share. Is there a lie in here with that? Because the Page of Wands is the student, as well as the watcher, spy, or whatever, stalker person. I feel like there was someone in this energy who was paying attention to another person, potentially you. They got the wrong information because they're not educated enough, because they're learning. They were learning. They didn't say the right things. That's probably why this Emperor is turning around. Because they saw there was a bad share here. Whoever this watcher person is shared the wrong information. It was a bad share, a lie. Someone's realizing. Could have been within a family situation, home situation, something like that. But There's someone who was, you know, I don't know. It happens with everyone. It could be a friend. It could be a family member, no matter who it is. But like, I'm imagining, we'll just say, for example, a couple. And there's one person who's just doing whatever they're doing. Maybe they know you. I don't know. They do. Both these people know you. We'll just leave it at that. And there's one person who's just doing their thing, living life, you know, and thinking whatever they're thinking, feeling whatever way they're feeling, but whoever they're with or around is paying attention to you. Because you're significant to whoever this other person is who's not paying attention to you in some way, no matter who they are to you. So this stalker watcher person who's learning, the student over here, got the wrong information. They read an outdated textbook. They're not updated on things. They shared something bad. It was a bad share, wrong information with this person. And that's what kind of fucked everything up, is what it feels like. And this person's probably realizing that, going, all right, I have something to say. This is what it feels like. Like, I'm taking a stand. I got to. They're gonna seize the opportunity. Yeah, whoever this watcher person is, they were only paying attention to you to cause conflict. They were looking for bad information to share. They could have came across something, but they misinterpreted the information and fucked it all up and shared something bad that wasn't true, more than likely. Because if you share something bad and someone's like, what the hell? And then it's true, they're gonna fucking hang on to it. You know what I mean? Or they're not gonna apologize for misunderstanding or not viewing a situation correctly when they viewed it correctly. No, they got bad information. This person was sharing bad shit to cause conflict. Period. End of discussion. There's a stalker watcher person here who is basically envious of you, who just in someone's ear and fucks something up. It could have been a family situation, could have been a friend situation, it could have been a love situation, could have been all the fucking above, you know. Someone was looking for dirt. They found old dirt, old textbook. They found something from the past and just fucking spewed it out their ass, basically, to cause problems. And it's funny, I picked this deck upside down with the Hangman here, and this Emperor is seeing a different perspective. That's exactly what I was going to say, and here it is. Someone's seeing this whole situation very differently, because what was said doesn't add up. Doesn't make sense. This person can't atone. They don't even remember what they said. They're gonna have to look back. Hopefully they still have it written down. This person can't keep their story straight. That's what's gonna make this Emperor energy realize, like, wait a minute, I thought you said this, but you said what? Okay, that's not what you told me. Yes, it is. No, I remember. You wanna know why? Because when a liar, when a liar tells somebody something, the person they tell will remember 90% of the time, or they'll have a semblance of a memory of what they say, the majority of it, even if there's some details that flutter away, because that's that person's truth. Like, you told me this. That's my truth. I stand in it and I remember it as such, because it actually happened. But the liar won't remember what they said, because they're fucking full of shit. It's not the truth for them. Their brain doesn't hold on to it. So they tell a different story or multiple variations of such. That's what's going on here. Someone's getting caught in their crap. And I feel like you're just unaware of this because you're doing your own thing, which is great. But someone wants to approach you because they feel bad about something that happened in the past, a misunderstanding. I don't know. They're seeing things differently. They don't want to be as stubborn as they once were in this energy. And I'm just gonna pull a couple of these. I'm gonna go. Is there anything else? YouTube could be significant for someone. Maybe somebody's watching you on YouTube, paying attention to your YouTube, or social media. There's a good omen here. Something that you once thought was a bad omen is actually a good omen, is what I heard. You know, it's funny, what popped in my head was crows. Because a lot of people think of crows as being bad, but they're actually pretty good. Depends on how you view them. There's a change in perspective. Yeah. November could be significant for some of you, online and greed. Someone's pretty greedy. Yeah, there's a flip around here. Because it's funny that the crow analogy came up, because during my spiritual drives, like, I would always perceive crows as being bad in that energy, but ravens were good. And there was a conversation I had with somebody during that time where they kind of agreed with me. But in this energy, I'm seeing the reverse, where the raven isn't good, but the crows are. So there's like a flip-flop here. Local to you in this situation. So someone's local to you. The situation is somebody has an ugly fucking heart. The letter Q. New Year's could be significant. Holidays are significant. I don't know why. And bad news. Getting bad news around the holidays. Or New Year's and bad news with a best friend. Someone you thought was your friend. New Year's could be significant with that person, and there's bad news pertaining to them, or that person is bad news. I'm not sure. But that's what I have for you. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully it makes sense. I love you guys so much, and hopefully I'll be on here more and more. I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things, and my finger is freezing right now. Just this one on my left hand. Like, it's almost like this finger's been cut off. I don't know, it's weird. And earlier today, my thumb on my left hand felt like it was missing, like where my nail is. Like that part of my thumb was tingling, like wasn't there. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I didn't do anything. It was just weird. I've had a lot of weird sensations going on. And I just want to say on Patreon, I posted a reading where I'm being reminded of that because I'm kind of feeling it right this second, but it went away now that I'm saying it. There was someone that I picked up on who has a health issue, and I felt cardiac, and I also felt like pancreatitis, gallbladder, and stuff. If you're interested in seeing that video, it is on Patreon. I feel like one message in there went to a tribe member, and I actually shared the link with that person directly, just in case, and put it over on Patreon. But that message could be significant for some of you. If you feel the urge to go over there, do it. If not, it's not for you, so don't worry about it. I just wanted to mention it. But I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.